Hey there, it's Jim and Debbie with another episode of the Midday Minute, the YouTube show that just can't be stopped by a global pandemic. How are you doing?
Doing all right, Jim. I miss being in the office.
Yeah, we are. Debbie's been at home since Tuesday. I'm at home starting today. Most of our staff is out of the office at this point, and we anticipate that everybody will be out by Monday. As we're expecting Chicago to go into a shelter-in-place mode.
Yeah, just like California. I mean, in so many states and cities across the country, but unprecedented times.
There are. So what we're going to try to do is step up our production of the Midday Minute so we can just keep people posted and updated on what's happening and how this is affecting the program, the foundation's programs, and how we are responding. But first, we have a winner announced from the last episode.
Yeah, how about it? Jeanette Rogers from Golden, Colorado Lodge 2740 will be receiving a $50 soft credit for using the hashtag Midday Minute on commenting on our last episode, which seems like a lifetime ago.
That's right. Actually, the hashtag is ENF Midday, and you must use that to be considered. We want to point that out. Our producers disqualified a few people who did not comment with ENF
right.
Midday.
ENF Midday.
Make sure you're doing that. We'll tell you how you can win in the next episode. But for now, Jeanette, if you will tell us what program you would like to support through your soft credit, we will get that started. You can comment below or just send us an email to enf@elks.org. Congratulations, Jeanette. That means now that our friends in Colorado have won 2 out of the 3 that we've awarded so far. So
yeah.
We apparently made an impression when we were in Colorado Springs, Debbie.
Yeah. Again, seems like a lifetime ago, right?
Right. Now, we know Jeanette is really active with the SIP, and that's the main thing we want to talk about today is how the COVID-19 pandemic is affecting our SIP program. Debbie, why don't you take it away?
Yeah, I mean, I think you really did such a great job, Jim, with your the blog that we posted earlier in the week. That kind of just
thanks for that shout out. If you head to enf.elks.org/hope blog, I think is the friendly.
Yeah, but you really did an excellent job just kind of putting out there what it is we're dealing with right now on all fronts, right? We made a very difficult decision last Friday about the Hoop Shoot National Finals, and now it just seems completely obvious, right?
Right.
Then it was a really difficult week last week, culminating on Friday with the decision to cancel the finals and 8 of the 12 regional contests. But the Community Investments Program has been set to launch on April 1st, the new grant year, and just based on everything that we're dealing with in terms of wrapping up projects for the 2020 year and getting poised to launch the next year, in this sort of environment, it just doesn't make sense to get going and having people apply for projects that we have no idea what's going to be happening in this sort of environment.
We preach effective grant use, and it's very difficult right now to plan projects effectively. We don't know whether our partner organizations will be open. We don't know how large our events and our gatherings can be. And we don't even really know right now what our community is going to need.
Right. I mean, it's like everything is on hold. But what isn't on hold would be using a gratitude grant for a donation. And that is what we're looking to do, is postpone the launch of most of the smaller grants until June 1st, but start on April 1st with the gratitude grant availability. In that way, lodges who are able to would be able to apply for a donation to an organization that is rising to the occasion to meet the needs of community in this, new world order we have going on here.
Now, gratitude grants are the one grant that can be used for a donation. Normally, if you would submit an application for a donation, we would get back to you and encourage you to do something more active. Now, ultimately, we would let you use it for a donation, but we would encourage you to do something else. Right now, at least for these next couple of months, we're going to flip that on its head. And if you come to us and say you want to use your gratitude grant for an active project that's going to take place in the next few months, you can expect to have a few questions from us because we're going to be concerned about the feasibility of that project. And we are encouraging you to think, instead of using your gratitude just for a donation, to some of the organizations in your community that are better positioned than we are to serve the most vulnerable members of your community.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really hard still for people to be getting their minds around what's going to be happening in, late April or May or June, right? Like, again, we're having a very difficult time with kind of pivoting to like groups, gatherings of more than 10 aren't feasible and whatnot. So as you just said, donations are going to be encouraged, at least for the foreseeable future. We don't want to be in a situation where we're approving a project that we think is going to happen and then it doesn't happen, right? We don't want to have to deal with that. We want to just kind of focus right now on harnessing the power of our volunteers and our gratitude grant funds to get stuff going.
Now that June 1st date is subject to change. We will evaluate and reevaluate. If it looks like we can move that up, we will. If we have to push it back further, we'll do that too. Just, it's unprecedented times, and we're going to see how this unfolds in the next few weeks.
Right.
So that's our big news for this episode of the Midday Minute. The SIP gratitude grants will be available April 1st. That's more than $3.7 million that will be available to the lodges through the gratitude grants. All the other ones are on pause right now until June 1st.
Right. Like you said, subject to change, but that's what we're looking at right now. We feel like that gives us enough of a buffer.
Now, tell us how you feel about that, or maybe tell us what you might use your gratitude grant for by commenting below, and be sure to use the hashtag ENFMidday. You will be entered to win a $50 soft credit to the program of your choice, which we will announce on the next episode of the Midday Minute. We've been trying to do these every 2 weeks, but as I mentioned, we will probably try to do it a little bit more frequently, at least for the foreseeable future, while we try to navigate together these unprecedented times.
Right. All right. Well, Jim, stay safe and healthy.
You too, and all of our viewers, please stay safe and be smart, and we hope to see you on the other side of this pandemic.
Absolutely. Take care.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.